It's going to be a weird year for comebacks, right, folks? I mean, Jerry Seinfeld's going to be on Netflix. I don't really care about that, to be honest. I like the old series. I'll be curious to see if it gets any kind of success that it did back in the 90s and the early noughties. But today, it is a Dexter New Blood official trailer from Showtime. Pretty good network. The network that's responsible for Ray Donovan and Californication with David Duchovny. I love that show. So what's interesting about this reaction, I'm going to have to do another take on what I've seen today because I got another copyright claim from the record company because they used Iggy Pop's Passenger, which kind of makes sense, but I do wish that organizations like Showtime, HBO, and Warner Brothers, etc., will kind of have like some working arrangement with content creators to react to this stuff without fear of a copyright claim. But what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to play part of this trailer, and I know when to mute it, and then you'll probably see a really weird edit. So yeah, this is I'm really excited about talking about this particular show because I do love Michael C. Hall. And you know what, before I might forget to say this, but you know, we've got a new Venom film coming out this year or next year. And I think it would have been great if they cast C. Hall as Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage. I think his dynamic with Tom Hardy's Venom, Eddie Brock, would have been fantastic. Like, I love Woody Harrelson, don't get me wrong, but it seems to be Woody Harrelson is the go-to guy if you want to play somebody unhinged. And yes, I think C. Hall has that hidden rage suppressed quite well, and that could have been something he could have had fun with and just unleashed on the big screen. So what I'll do, guys, I'm going to start this trailer now, and then, like I said, there'll be a weird edit and a weird mutation, maybe a mutation. I'll have to mute the rest of the sound for copyright reasons, but I will give you my audio commentary, and then we'll get into it.
I might still be a monster, but I'm an evolving monster.
He's an evolving monster, my kind of guy. Wait, what? Showtime. Yeah, you know, driving along the highway with a meat cleaver next to you in the driver's seat. Makes sense.
Jim.
I'm gonna need
Jim Gordon?
vehicle, sir.
Chief Bishop, come in.
Yeah, that's Angela Bishop. Now, when I first saw this scene, I just thought, I never got frisked like this when I was going out about my business in the UK. But, you know, this is Hollywood, so what do you expect? But she plays as Julia Jones. I've never seen the actress before. But what I think is it's really good casting in this respect. If I can actually freeze frame this damn thing, because here we go. Is it gonna let me have it?
I'm gonna need you to step out of the vehicle.
Yeah. Doesn't she look a bit like Deborah Morgan? She's kind of got her features, the slim face, the dark hair. They do say that when you break up with an ex, that whoever you find next, it's kind of a mirror image of that particular person. So it's kind of weird. That it's really good casting, actually. I like this. Now, I said in my previous reaction trailer for Dexter New Blood that he moves to, I presume, Oregon. Well, actually, it's upstate New York, which kind of makes sense. It gets really cold at certain times of the year, and I guess because Dexter Morgan is a cold-blooded serial killer that we like to root for, you know, this kind of suits the climate, and I guess it's a metaphorical setting for the fact he is a cold-blooded killer. So let's carry on. So in fact, I better mute it from here because I know there's going to be some copyright issues coming up if I don't do that. So let's go here, let's mute that, and let's mute it here. Bang, bingo, bango. So you'll just have to make do with this guy, guys, and just trust that I know what I am saying. Funny, he says upstate New York, but I got a small police department, and that's what it looks like. Looks lovely up there. I'm assuming it has been filmed up there. I can't imagine Showtime would be scrimping and saving on the budget. It's a big event series, so I kind of see that happening. So he's working at a place called Fred's. He likes the Cinnabuns. Who doesn't like a good Cinnabon? So Christmas time, yeah, that kind of, well, I guess the Thanksgiving holiday in America is considered their real proper Christmas. Kind of makes sense. So we've got all these missing people coming up now, and obviously that's kind of triggered something in Dexter. Now, what's really quite funny at the beginning of this trailer reaction, we've got the great Clancy Brown, Kurgan from Highlander. He plays Kurt Caldwell. Now, we just see him in that particular scene. We don't see him for the rest of this trailer. I think it's been touted he is the big bad for this final season of Dexter, this one-off TV event. So I think what they're doing is they're hiding all the good stuff between him and Michael C. Hall. That's all to come. Because if you've never seen Dexter, and I highly recommend you do watch it, Dexter's he's quite an empathic serial killer as well. Even though he's about to kill someone who's done atrocious things, he has this like one-to-one moment with them, like he needs to do that. And I'm sure we're going to get that between him and Brown, so I cannot wait. So we have to assume here that, you've got young hitchhikers boarding a... has nobody ever seen The Hitcher? Good grief, man, come on. Boarding a big rig truck, and I presume they're just driving to their doom. So what's quite good, I mean, Dexter has a police officer for a girlfriend, so she can probably give him tips unwittingly. I kind of see that. So we know it's December 2021. That's interesting. So yeah, I think this is probably going to be the latter part of the season because it goes over into 2022. So I have to assume there's going to be a New Year's Eve or New Year's Day episode. The New Year's Day thing could be perhaps that it's the dawning of a new age, a new Dexter Morgan. So we'll have to see what happens if I'm correct in that respect. And this is what I love. We've got Jennifer Carpenter taking over the James Remar role as Harry Morgan, or in this case as Debs Morgan. So it's his subconscious of her manifesting, telling him what he's doing is right or wrong. In an age of comebacks, I wonder if we're going to see James Dokes, played by Eric King, or even Angel Batista making cameo appearances as ghosts or what have you. I think that would be really awesome. That'd be a nice payback for the fans who stuck with the show for the first 9 seasons. There we go, there's Harry Caldwell again, who I think is just like a rubbernecker. God, don't you just hate effing selfies? Yeah, I'm curious. Oh, now I think the sniper that we just saw there might... Okay, that could be... No, that won't be Dexter. I think that is Kurt Caldwell. It looks like Clancy Brown's build. So whether he's actually shooting at somebody... Yeah, oh yeah, he is. He definitely is. Wow, okay. Normally what they do with these trailers, they show you one scene, then they show you the next scene completely unrelated. But, yep, I'm assuming this poor teenager, whoever that is, they found something they shouldn't have. And there's a bit earlier on in the trailer where he's putting on the mask and you don't see who it is. So that's interesting. So he's had military training. So I think the thing with Dexter's killers or adversaries is that he usually goes up against somebody with a unique set of skills. A bit like Liam Neeson in Taken. Okay, so something's going down. Yeah, so I think this moment here, that could be Dexter, that could be Caldwell. It's very hard to tell at that moment. Interesting with Deborah Morgan kind of looking at the crime scene. Now this bit is really, really cool. So at this moment, I do react and say that's Dexter's son. Now I'm assuming that is Cody. Now if you remember Cody and Asta, those were Julia Benz's on-screen children. Julia Benz played Rita, I think it's Rita Pennington was her name. Great character. And if you've seen season 4 where Dexter's up against the Trinity Killer, you know what happens to her in the end. So I'm thinking, is this Cody or is it a son from a previous relationship with one of the women that Dexter met? So you can see the look on Michael C. Hall's face, that he looks kind of genuinely worried that his son is now here. Always like, it's bad timing, son, because I'm about to go and kill somebody, but now you're here. So, Dexter, if you don't know, he has a plethora of excuses about where he has to go to, why his lack of a social life. So I'm looking to see how they play that out, but this has been a good time, folks. It's been, only on Showtime, but I'll get to watch it online somehow, some way. Yeah, really weird about the old, this is kind of a thing that I've seen now in a lot of serial killer TV shows, where you see the furnace at a crematorium, and that featured heavily in Ozark. Like, that became a bit of a running gag in that show, and especially in the last season. So again, we're going to get a scene with a furnace, no doubt. I wonder if that's him burning Caldwell at the end or something else is happening. But I'm genuinely excited for Dexter. It's great to see it come back. I think there's been enough time that's passed where you can go back and rewrite the wrongs of the last season of Dexter. Clyde Phillips is coming back, which is great, or has returned to oversee this one-off event series. I'm kind of curious to know that if this show does really well, if they might make one more season. I don't know. It could happen. You never, in the great words of the Rogue James Bond film, never say never, right? So who knows? But folks, that has been my reaction for Dexter New Blood, going to be on Showtime from the 7th of November. Are you excited? I know I am. And again, I do apologize. I had to mute the soundtrack for the trailer today, but you got to understand, if I want this to be seen by a bigger audience, I've got no rights, I've got no permissions to use the soundtrack that they featured on this particular trailer, which was Iggy Pop's Passenger, which is obviously a great song, and it's about the dark passenger as well in Dexter's life. So folks, if you enjoyed this today, please leave a like, smash that subscribe button right in his ugly old chops, and I'll see you on my next video.
Like and subscribe, or get your nuts Krogan crushed.